So YouTube was having some kind of malfunction and I had to restart my phone. So we are back and hopefully we get some people back in here. Really apologizing about that. That was kind of a messed up situation. That always ends up happening to me. But so what's going on is that YouTube just decided that they didn't want to have an orientation lock. And so I was trying to flip the phone and it said that YouTube is no longer accepting this orientation. Please flip your phone. So what I did was I had to restart my phone. And then when I restarted my phone, it must have just been some technical glitch because my dad called me as soon as I was going into the live. So it must have just screwed everything up. But anyway, I saw that there was some people in here before, and I'm happy that we are back. Is it the right one, though? I just want to make sure. Hold on. Are we still flipped? Is it still wrong? Wait. I just want to make sure that it's not wrong. Give me 1 second, guys. I can't see anything. I can't even see the chat to see if you guys are telling me. So, oh, it's good. Okay, we're good. Thank God. I didn't have to restart that shit. All right. Anyway, so I'm probably going to get demonetized for this video, probably because I just swore about 50 times in the first 15 seconds of the video, and you're not supposed to do that. But anyway, so welcome to the chat. Sorry about that. Again, I hit live, and as I was hitting live, my dad called me because I was working with him all day. Today I was doing oil, putting on brakes and rotors for my wife's car, and then I found out there was an oil leak through the gasket valve, and so I had to go to the store and I had to get a new valve gasket cover and put it onto her car. And I've been doing that literally all day long. Almost didn't do a live, but then I was like, you know what? You guys deserve some dude and beer, so that's what I'm doing today. So welcome to the chat. What's going on, Jeff? And what's going on, Joe? If you guys don't know their channels, Jeff is obviously, you guys know I talk about his channel all the time. SoCal Sense, they do compliment tests with models, actresses, just really nice women out there. And then we also have Joe, who is a diptyque rep at Bloomingdale's, which I don't have in my state, but really nice guy as well. He's always here, huge supporter, so definitely go follow them. I sent a decant package to Joe. I'm really excited to hear what he thinks about his fragrances. Let me know, now that we are in here, what your scent of the day is. Today, I am wearing Parfums de Marly Herod. I was wearing and testing out for a subscriber, and Jeff knows because I asked him the question earlier, that I was asking him about Bulgari and glacial essence. And so the subscriber wanted to know how long it lasted. And I actually do have a decant, so I sprayed it on. And for that person who asked me the question, the glacial essence, Jeff said it lasts 6 hours. For me, this is about 7 hours right now, and it is gone. So I would say 6 hours is an accurate description of it. So anyway, what's up, Jean-Luc? I think he was the one who asked me, actually. But that is what it is. It is 6 hours for glacial essence. I would say maybe 6.5, somewhere around there. But yeah, you're pretty good. Make sure that you guys, I never really ask you, but follow Joe's interpretation here and make sure you hit that like button. It puts me on to more people's stream. I didn't think the like button was a huge, big deal. And honestly, I really don't care either way, but if you hit the like button, it puts it on more people's pages. It gets more people to come here, and we can have more people chop it up with us. And so today we have a lot of fragrances to cover. We have the new Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense. We're going to talk more about that. We have the new, and I said it in my first like 15 seconds before, but I was portrait, is Boss Bottled Pacific. This one is a new release that wasn't actually announced, and it was released before it was announced, which is weird, but Macy's did that last year with Marine as well, so I'll tell you a little bit about that. We have Bad Boy Extreme. We have Givenchy Gentleman Society. We have this one that I really want to talk about, VERTUS Vanilla Oud, which I can tell you this is the first decant I ever got from Max Aroma, and they do not mess around with their decants. It's like a leather-bound, stitched, like gold-plated decant that is super freaking nice. I mean, I would have paid like the amount of money I paid for that decant just to get that decant, not the fluid in it. Super nice. I'm talking about, so Jeff, I'm talking about, this is the Pacific. But I was saying about Marine last year, they didn't announce it either. And we just, like, they got it on Macy's website at the same time as they announced it, just like they did this year. And then I also want to let you guys know that my buddy over at HEZ Parfums, Steven, well, he goes by HEZ, but this is HEZ Parfums Bourbon Street. He is updating the bottle and the design. He's sending me a new version of the bottle with the new design that I've been kind of helping him create this design. His brother's creating it for him, and I was going through and helping him with the design. And now I think we got it settled. We also got a new bottle that he's releasing that I will let you guys know next week. With that said, he is doing a sale right now for St. Patrick's Day. And if you use the code, Shamrock 15, you get 15% off Bourbon Street. If you want like a mixture between Angel Share, Stronger With You Absolutely, and the Apple from Boss Bottled, that's exactly what you get from this. It's a really nice fragrance. It just apple, cinnamon, and then when you get to the dry down, you get sandalwood, you get a little bit of tobacco, and then you also get vanilla. It's a sandalwood tobacco, and then you also have that bourbon that is floating around the entire fragrance. For the first like 2 to 3 minutes, it's like a really nice smooth shot of bourbon. Really nice. So let me crack open a beer here for a second. If I can find my damn keys. I think I threw them over on the bed. Yes, I did. Okie dokie dokie. And I'm kicking the damn table as I walk by. So I do have a stabilizer for my mic, but for some reason I just haven't set it up yet. I've had it for months, and every time I'm on a live stream and I go back and I watch it, because I want to make sure I'm not making an ass out of myself more than I normally do. And so I always watch it and I shake the table like this. And I was like, I should just get my stabilizer out, but whatever. So anyway, again, make sure you like the stream so that we can get more people in here. Last week we had 68 people in the live, so let's get that back up there. I usually don't ask, but let's just make it this time a nice live stream. So anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. What up, HEZ? Speaking of HEZ, that is the perfumer for HEZ Parfums Bourbon Street. Everybody give a shout out to him. Giancarlo, you are wearing Jacques Fath, and that is, I can't even say it, Tempête d'Automne. That's a mouth twister, or a tongue twister for sure. So what's going on, Joe? How you doing? Do you like the decants? Jeff is wearing Geo Absolute. Cool, cloudy, rainy day. I can't read right now. I'm telling you, it's been a bad day. Oh, not a bad day, just a really rough day. Geo Absolute is the best one on the line. It's like an ambery, watery aquatic almost, and it's so freaking good. It is your date night. It takes that Acqua de Joe DNA and dials it down to literally almost like 1% of the fragrance, and it's just a beautiful night out, semi-sweet, woody fragrance that is the best in the line for sure. And the bottle's pretty cool. It has that wooden cap. Nigel's wearing Spice Bomb. You can't go wrong with that. We have Jean-Luc wearing Guerlain Vetiver. It's one of your best introductions to vetiver. If you guys don't know what vetiver smells like, get Guerlain Vetiver, you'll know. And then we have Uncle Ira. What's going on? We have Detroit sports fan wearing Coach for Men. I get about 4 hours on that. Coach for Men isn't the best performer, but I get about 4 hours. It does turn into a skin scent after about 2, but it's one of my favorite random pulls. I mean, it's just a nice fragrance. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody whenever I was going through my rant. Patrick is wearing Invictus Platinum in the morning. I really like that fragrance. It's almost like your upgraded version of Bad Boy Cobalt or the 1 Million Luckies. I actually really like that fragrance. I didn't love it when I first sprayed it, like last year. It was okay, but now I actually really do like that fragrance. And then he went into Bulgari Acqua Atlantique, layered with some Sailing Day. Nice. Acqua Atlantique, I need to wear that more often. I just got Acqua Amara as well. One of my subscribers sent me Acqua Amara, so I can't wait to try that out. I always wanted to, but it's discontinued. Great info. Thanks. You're welcome. Dior Homme. Oh, yeah, you were the one that asked. Dior Homme Sport 17 smells good on me. Nice. Dior Homme Sport. I like the 21 better because it removes that original Dior Homme DNA, which I still do like, but I wanted something new and they did it for me. It was my signature for the most part of last year, but now I've kind of got tired of it. But once the spring comes back around, I'll be wearing it a lot. I just wouldn't call it my signature anymore. 6 hours yesterday for me, but all day on my clothes. Yeah, I mean, spray something on your clothes and you'll get a couple more hours at least on it. Oh, I meant which one do you prefer? I still prefer marine. I'll tell you guys why in a second. I'm just going to get through the comments and then we'll talk about that boss in a second. I'm not going to go too far into it because I can't really go through and ruin my whole review, but I own Bourbon Street as well. Bourbon Street is a really nice fragrance. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, designer or a indie style like subscriber sent fragrance that was sent to me. If that makes sense. I don't like saying subscriber. I would just say indie fragrance. One of my favorite indie fragrances. Dude Jet, welcome to Moe's. What's going on, buddy? My cap on HEZ is messed up, as is the spray collar. That would be something you should talk to HEZ. He is on Instagram, and also message him because I don't work for HEZ or anything like that. That would be something you would need to contact him about. What's good, dude? And peeps, scent of the day, Habday. Oh, what's up, Hamzat? He loves that Hobdon. I literally heard about Hobdon from Hamzat, probably Hobdon from Hamzat, for about 3 or 4 months. He kept saying, I want to buy this. I want to buy this. I think it's my favorite. I want to buy this. Finally bought it, and now he's wearing it. Good for you. VERTUS Vanilla Oud is fire. I agree. So you're welcome, HEZ. On your middle shelf, what is a fragrance you legit never reach for? There's actually quite a few that I never reach for. Um, uh, so I do not reach for this ever. This I bought. It's my biggest bottle in my collection, and it is completely full. I only sprayed it 3 times on a video, and it is a completely full fragrance. I mean, there is literally no room in this fragrance outside of what they already put into it, but I would say Armani code Profumo. My wife just hates it, so she thinks I smell like an old woman, even though she was the one who bought it for me. But yeah, that's the one. What's your new favorite release so far? Let me go through that in a second, Tarek. I always mess that up, but yeah, I'll go through that in a second. Is Burberry Hero EDP worth it for a 19-year-old? I wouldn't think so. No, because the Burberry Hero is more of a woody fragrance, and then you get into the EDP, and while it does add some sweetness, I don't think for a 19-year-old it would be something that I would pick over other fragrances. Would it be okay for you to wear it? For sure. It's just more of a sweeter take and almost like a woodier take on the original. It's just it has more going on than the original does, which is why it's better. I think that you wouldn't be wrong wearing it, but I wouldn't recommend it for a 19-year-old. I would recommend something more, if you're looking for something woody, then maybe that one would be okay. But I would say if you're looking for something woody, go with Stronger With You Oud. It sounds bad because of the oud in it. A lot of people are drawn away with it, but it's more just like Stronger With You Intensely, which is that crazy amped up vanilla with just a lot of woods in the opening. But then it dries down and it's real nice, real sweet, has a little bit of a youthful vibe. But again, it's just that opening that has the woodiness. And I think that that's kind of in the same realm as the Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum, which is really good. It's just for the price, I would say that you should probably go with something. If you're looking for a more woody, sweet scent, that one would be a better choice. I have Acqua Atlantique to sell. Email me if you want to buy it. If you guys want Acqua Atlantique, email Jeff. He has it. It's discontinued and it's harder to find more and more every day. I have it down there. It looks like a hockey puck and they don't give you a stand, but it is a really good blue, kind of like a spring and summer blue, but you can also wear it in the fall and winter, kind of like Versace Dylan Blue because it has that amber and spice. Really good. Tried out Eilish too, and it's legit. My wife has Eilish and Eilish too. They're really good fragrances. She also has all of the Ariana Grandes. Every time we go to Ulta and I buy myself a fragrance, you can bet your ass she is coming home with a fragrance. What's up, Hidden Gems? I love Perfumo as well. It's just I wear what my wife likes, and she doesn't like it. If somebody wants to buy my Profumo, I'm not underselling that fragrance. That's why it's not on my list to purchase. Right now, just an FYI, if there is anything behind me that you guys do see that you want to buy, I am always open to negotiations to sell. I am also opening a black market decant site through my YouTube that every week I'm going to update my collection of what I'm willing to decant. If you guys want it, I'm buying decants. It's going to start in about 2 or 3 weeks. And then you guys will be able to pick and choose what you want from my collection. And I can send you guys some decants. So just an FYI. Yeah, sell it to me, Mo. Anyway, about the Profumo, if I'm going to sell it, I'm selling it because it is discontinued, and that is a 6.8 ounce, so I am not selling it for less than I bought it for, which was over $100. So if you want it, it would probably be 150 or 140 at this point in time, because I bought it for 119. And you probably won't want to buy it for that price, which is why I'm not putting it on my list of things to sell. Randy has the hookup on decants also. Yes, I do. I have a lot of decants, and I always send you guys out decants. I have a lot of decants of Bourbon Street, which I'll probably do a giveaway. But next week, we're doing a Bourbon Street Live. It's going to be mostly focused around HEZ's new bottle and the Shamrock sale that's going on. I'm telling you guys, if you buy that fragrance with the new bottle and everything, you guys are not going to be disappointed. I don't get why they discontinued Profumo. Yeah, I don't get why they discontinue most things. 1 Million Privé by Paco Rabanne. The entire Mugler line. Spice Bomb Extreme supposedly is peacing out. I don't get why they discontinue half the shit that most companies discontinue. It's just we got to deal with it. It's one of the things in the fragrance community that's kind of bad, but also good because the people who already bought the bottles, if you are kind of so-so on the fragrance, you can make a lot of money back. That's dope. Shout out to HEZ. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys the bottle right now, but I think it would be better to show out in person. He's also sending me, he made me a t-shirt. I'm kind of giving away all the surprises, but he made me a t-shirt with that new decal on the bottle, which is the decal is sick. I kind of helped out with the shading and stuff like that to make it pop and look good. And overall, it just came out to be a really sick looking bottle that is, in my opinion, 1,000 times better than the original. Not the fluid. The fluid's the same. Fluid's awesome. I just think that he did a great job getting it fixed up. Congrats to his brother as well. It looks good, and I'm gonna be wearing that shirt and all that. What's going on? Mike from I Smell. So anyway, now let's get into the fragrances. This is a fragrance chat. Let me drink some beer. That was warm. My hand was around the... Ooh, that was warm. My hand was around the part where the fluid was. And so it was super warm. It started getting cold at the end, so it's fine. Ooh, yeah. All right. What should we start out? Oh, Boss Bottled Pacific. And so Jeff asked, yeah, butterbeer. So Jeff asked me, it's funny that you say butterbeer because I was on Ross's live stream last night. If you guys didn't see that, make sure to go over, like, and comment on the video that me and Ross did a live stream yesterday. He went through and his opinions are the exact same as mine. We actually, on the 4 fragrances I sent him, Polo Red Parfum was his least favorite. We both gave it a 6 out of 10. His second least favorite was Givenchy Gentleman's Society, which he agreed is a good but basic fragrance. We both gave that around a 7, 7.5. His second favorite, second place was Bad Boy Extreme, which is your cocoa, tonka, slightly nutty fragrance that has like this aromatic herbal background. And he gave that a 7.5, and as did I. And then his favorite, as is mine, he gave it an 8.5, which was higher than my score. I gave it an 8.3. It is a Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense. So that was his favorite of last night's live. And I can tell you, it is the second best fragrance of the year at this point in time. So let's talk about Boss Bottled Pacific. So again, I have a video coming out tomorrow. I don't release videos on Mondays, but I am tomorrow just because you guys are the best and might as well get this content to you quicker. When you do watch my video, I please ask, just hit the like button, because I've been noticing that of the people who watch my videos, a lot of them, I'll have more comments than I will have likes, and they're always positive comments from you guys. And I know you guys are the greatest, and I personally, when I go to videos, I forget to like things all the time. So make sure to like this live and like my video when I post it tomorrow, just so that it gets more people to watch it and my channel can grow. We can get more bottles to talk about for you guys, and we can have more drinking streams. All right, so cut the shit, Randy. Let's talk about this fragrance. So we got Boss Bottled Pacific. It opens up and it's very harsh. It's harsh for about a minute. So you spray it on. The notes in this fragrance revolve around coconut, saltiness. Last year they released Boss Bottled Marine, and it wasn't a marine fragrance at all. It was apple, mint, cinnamon, stuff like that. This one is actually a Pacific style fragrance because it's sea salty. And there's no like watery aquatics in this, but it's definitely tropical. It's almost like the Pacific Ocean if you're thinking about like almost an island, maybe Hawaii or something like that, because you spray it on. Again, it's kind of harsh in the opening for the opening minute. Once it does settle down, it's a really nice fragrance. I would say it's still nothing that to write home about. The way that I can put it best is it's kind of like a mixture between if you took Le Beau and mixed it with a synthetic version of Virgin Island water. So put those two together, it's a tropical sea salty coconut with a lemon kind of waft that you get in the opening. And the lemon is zesty and it's a slightly tart, but it is very dialed down and you get wafts of it, but not much. It's just it comes and goes in the first like hour. So yeah, it's a nice sea salty. I would just say the best way to throw this, it's a tropical salted coconut with touches of lemon in the opening, and then a lot of woods in the dry down. It's more of like a light woods. There's a cashmere wood and a sandalwood, I believe. It almost gives off this creamy coconut vibe because of that sandalwood, and then that cashmere wood gives off this almost effervescence. That's the best way to put this fragrance at this point in time. I don't know the performance yet because I haven't given it a full wear, but that's Boss Bottled Pacific. I will revisit that in a little bit just to let you guys know. How about I spray it on my hand for a second, and then we'll talk about it once it dries down because I already know the opening. So yeah, the opening is better this time, but it's still, I would say, I gave it a 7.5 in my video. I said it's an average, but a little bit above average for the Boss Bottled line. And if you're looking for something that, I really hope that they keep coming out with these new summer flankers, because I really like that. Like Dolce & Gabbana's kind of shit in the bed. They did Light Blue Sun and Light Blue Love is Love, and I was loving their spring and summer flankers. And then they started coming out with their new ones that are either you hate them or love them, and I am on the other side of hate. But anyway, the Boss Bottled Marine came out last year. It was a best opening of the year, in my opinion. Then Boss Bottled Parfum came out, and I was hoping it was going to be like an intenser version of the original, which it was not, and it was a complete letdown. And now we have this, and I think it's a nice spring and summer flanker. If you don't like coconut, you're not going to like this. But if you like coconut, I think it's just, again, a synthetic version of Virgin Island water with that salty tropics mixed with that coconut from Le Beau. Put that together, creamy, slightly aromatic. It's nice. So what y'all saying? Polar Red Parfum was kind of weird to my nose. Max Joy. So I'm glad that you said that too, because Polar Red Parfum is my least favorite release of the year. It does not belong in the Polo Red line. It belongs in the Polo Green line. When it first opens up, you get blood orange and a little bit of a like citrusy background, and it's spicy. It is a lot less dense and a lot less like heavy that you would expect from a parfum. It is also very creamy. It's like a creamy spice with this blood orange, and it almost feels like it is a Polo Red in the opening, but then after about 10 minutes, so the opening is nice. I'd give the opening like an 8 out of 10. Still nothing great, still decent. After 10 minutes, the absinthe kicks in, and then you get a shit ton of powder from that orris and that apopanax. You mix that together with this little leathery undertone, and it is a powdery green fougere like absinthe heavy fragrance that makes my tongue feel like there's this metallic blood like tinge on it when I smell it. And my wife won't actually smell this fragrance anymore because it gives her a film in her nose that she absolutely despises. So I am selling that fragrance if anybody is interested. I'm selling it for $65, 40 milliliters. If anybody is interested, just email me and I will send it out to you. That is Polo Red Parfum, my least favorite release of the year, unfortunately. So yeah, that's and I'm glad that you said that, Max, because it does come off real weird to me as well. Please support Dude. Hit the like button. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it. That's my moderators for you. I already know I'm going to hate Pacific with the. Yeah, I knew as soon as I smelled the notes. I didn't even want to tell you about them, Jeff, because I know you hate coconut. It's like your least favorite fragrance note almost. Need a long-lasting set sail. Chris, if you need a long-lasting set sail St. Bart's, just get Virgin Island water by Creed. It lasts about 6 or 7 hours, and it literally is Virgin Island water. But if you want to make light blue O intense, take Jeff's comment that he just said because he introduced it to the fragrance community. I'm going to put this one on Jeff because he was the one that introduced me to it before I was even a reviewer. It is Light Blue O Intense by Dolce & Gabbana, layered with St. Bart's by Tommy Bahama. Layer them together, it's like a tropical mojito. And it is the best layering fragrance to the point where it is my favorite fragrance of the summer. I mean, those two together is my favorite summer fragrance. It's that good. And it makes that St. Bart's last as long as O Intense does. I'm not crazy about coconut either. A lot of people aren't. People either love or hate coconut. I love coconut. I think that there are some fragrances that do it wrong, but overall, like I like Le Beau. I like this new one. I don't really own that many fragrances with coconut now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't. I really don't. There is a few other ones. I just can't think of them right now. There's a coconut-ish, coconutty vibe in one of the Lacostes, isn't there? I think so. Perfumer probably got wasted and the genius added absinthe instead of cranberry. And can somebody in the chat let me know? I think Jeff would know this information more than I would, but is Ralph Lauren in the same house or the same company as Eternity? So are Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren, are they under the same umbrella? Because if so, Eternity is releasing a new fragrance and it comes out soon and it almost has like the same exact notes as Polo Red Parfum does. And so I'm wondering if they just took a mixture of that absinthe and they just came out within the same month, which is going to be weird. So I wonder if they're under the same umbrella and they just used the same perfumer and just did a twist on what they did with Polo Red Parfum. If so, I already know I'm going to hate the Eternity. And I don't like Eternities. I only own one, and that was last year's, and I don't wear it. I know the Eternity Eau de Parfum people hype up, but I have tried about 10 Eternities at this point in time, and I don't like them. I actually prefer the CK line, which is their cheaper line, over Eternity because I feel like the Eternity line smells cheaper than the CK line. CK Summer Days, CK Shock, some of their summertime flankers, they're actually really nice. CK Summer Days last year was fire. I believe Ralph Lauren is its own entity. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just maybe that's just they had the same perfumer or something. It's really neat. That not neat. It's really weird that they're coming out with the same type of fragrance within the same month. Have I tried Nishane Fan Your Flames? I have not. I've always wanted to, though. Nishane Fan Your Flames is one that I was really interested in trying. I actually just had Newt, which is one of the fragrances I wanted to try today. One of my subscribers, Newt, sent me Ani, and I love it. I love Ani. I'm actually about to get into that next as a layering combination. There is chocolate in the new one, yes, but the new Polo Red also gives off this like slightly chocolatey vibe too. Dior Homme Parfum for no. Dior Homme Parfum is not worth $250. Yo, crazy. DJ, just wait. Dior Homme Parfum comes on Joma Shop like every month or two, and it's like $99. So just wait. Just go on to Joma Shop, see if you can get the Dior Homme Parfum notification, and if not, just check every day because Dior Homme Parfum does come back on Joma Shop, and it's around $100. So I would just wait. I saw it 4 times last year. So yeah, I would definitely not buy it for 250. It's $100 fragrance. I would maybe pay if you can't find it and you really want it. I would maybe pay like 130, 140, 150, but I wouldn't go any higher than that. It's definitely not worth niche prices to buy a fragrance that you can find. Givenchy Reserve Privé is way better than Dior Homme Parfum and cheaper by far. I personally don't like either of them. Givenchy Reserve Privé, you guys know the Gentleman line is really not one of my favorite lines. I do own Boisé, Eau de Toilette Intense, and now the new one. But with that said, I would just say that the Dior Homme Parfum, if I had to pick one, is much better. But with True Dat, I just saw your comments, so we're working our way into the next one, and then I'll continue to read your comments. I'm not a fan of coconut. I passed it up on Le Beau and the Parfum for so long. Tried Le Beau, and I actually liked it. Yeah, sometimes the coconut can be mixed differently, and it actually smells nicer. So yeah. Personally, I would never blind buy a fragrance for 250. I don't pay more than 250 for any fragrances. I've made a deal with my wife. Unless it's like tax time or something, I'm not buying any fragrance over 250. As far as blind buying, I'm not blind buying a fragrance over 150 to be honest with you. I mean, I would have to be like real hyped about a fragrance to do that. Have you ever tried Serge Lutens? I haven't tried any Serge Lutens, but I do want to get that new one because it does look really good. So I apologize, but I haven't tried any. I'm always willing to try them. So if anybody has a Serge Lutens and that one, and you want to send me a decant, I'd be happy to review it for you. So get a PDM for that price. Yep, you can get a PDM for 120 bucks on Joma Shop sale. You just gotta wait. Be smart about your fragrance buying. If you really want to get a fragrance, just use what you have now and then come back. And when you find a sale, just check every day and save yourself a couple $100. Because Joma Shop does a sale for all PDMs 3 times a year, and it's 120 bucks for like a 4.2 ounce of Sedley and Percival, and so it's just pointless. But anyway, Vertus Vanilla Oud. Let's talk about this. I was actually really upset going into it because I heard a lot of good things from Ross from TLTG about this fragrance. He's the one who put me onto it. And then I heard from a few of my subscribers that it was very similar to Stronger With You Oud. I was like, oh, come on, please don't. I was so hyped about this fragrance that I did not want it to be similar to anything. It's just really freaking good. It might have similarities, like maybe like a 15 or 20% similarity as being in the same realm as Stronger With You Oud. But Vertus Vanilla Oud, it opens up with almost this unisex freshness of woodiness and sweetness. It has a little bit of a spicy texture to it, but it's whenever they were saying Stronger With You Oud, I was thinking that the opening was going to be like a blast of oud. This doesn't come off funky. This doesn't come off animalic. This doesn't come off anything like that. It feels like it's coming off like a dense woods that has a real nice, almost a bright, fresh sweetness on top of it. And when I say fresh, it's not like one you're going to wear in the summertime or anything. It gives you that refreshing kind of sweetness on top of that dense woods. There's a little bit of a florally tone in the opening as well. This fragrance is just really freaking good. It's almost like, well, I honestly haven't smelled anything like this, to be honest. As it mixed all together, I mean, I can say I smell the vanilla from this, or I smell this. The vanilla in this is really the best vanilla fragrance, like the best vanilla accord or note in any fragrance that I think I've ever smelled. It's not powdery like really at all, which is what I don't like about vanilla sometimes. It's just really beautiful. Again, it has a little slight floral undertone, but overall, it almost has this fruitiness in the opening. I believe there's apple and rhubarb and a few other notes that are in here that maybe it wasn't rhubarb. It was a unique fruitiness. But there is definitely apple in here. It has like a fruity vanilla on top that has this freshness. And then you put a dense woods underneath it. And it's actually a really nice, beautiful vanilla woods that I would wear, I would say, fall, winter, spring. And not late spring. I would say fall, winter, early spring. And it's more of one of those, like, you can wear it in any time. You can wear it casually. You can wear it dressed up. I think this is a very versatile, sweet, woody fragrance. It's one of my favorites that I've tried that are like this. It's one of the best, smoothest blended fragrances I've ever tried. And you know what's even better? I did it by accident, but if you mix this with Nishane's Ani and put them together, it's really, really freaking good. Elijah, you can buy St. Bart's Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy. It's at a lot of Marshalls. I know they have them at my Burlington. TJ Maxx, they usually have a lot of Tommy Bahamas. You can get them, set sale St. Bart's, $25 and under. I got mine for 10 on clearance at Burlington, so yeah. This VERTUS Vanilla Oud is next level. I don't know. I don't think I would pay $350 for it though. I think that's too much. I just think that's too much for any fragrance. But if I do find it for a better price, I'll definitely do that and get a full bottle. But for right now, I have my big decant from Max Aroma. It's not going to be a fragrance you're going to want to wear every single day. It's going to be one of those special occasion type fragrances, which kind of like angel share and stuff like that. It's really freaking amazing fragrance. So again, the best way to describe the opening to that fragrance is if you have that dense woods sitting underneath, you have like this almost fresh vanillic fruitiness over top of the entire, and it's not too fruity to where it's like juicy or anything. It's just like a fruity mixture that you put again with this really beautiful vanilla. It's almost like a sparkling vanilla. It's a little bit creamy, mix that together with the woods and a little slight tone of florals. As you get to the dry down, you get more woods and more vanilla, and then that fruity tone kind of goes away. It's really, really good. I don't know how many times I have to say it's good. If you guys want to try it, freaking try it. It's hard to find though. The bottles from VERTUS are gorgeous. I own Vanilla Oud and Amber Elixir. Yeah, they are really gorgeous, but really expensive. I hope that they can come on like some kind of discount, or somehow VERTUS finds my name and sends them to me for free. I would really love that. Hey, VERTUS, if you're listening, VERTUS, maybe that'll put me on the algorithm. Yes, contact me. I wonder when the next PDM sale. Smacked. So I always say people's names. It kind of makes me laugh in my head. PDM usually does their sales in April, July, and then like October. Sometimes they do a fourth one in there, but usually that's about the time. Does anyone here have Ojan? Or Wajan? I don't know. I always get confused, like Herod or Herod, Wajan or Ojan. Does anyone here have Ojan? How's the sillage and performance? It's about 9 to 10 hours. I was actually just talking to Hamzat. This was my favorite fragrance back in the fall, as far as niche is concerned. But I don't know if it's just, and right now I love it, but there's something about it in this climate, which is like 40 or 50 degrees, that just doesn't sit right with me. As far as the performance, it is nice. It's above average for the first 4 to 5 hours. Then it comes like more of a personal bubble for about 2. Then it's a skin scent, but at that point in time, you're not going to be wearing it anymore. It's a nice cinnamon, almost like a cinnamon sticky pie with a lot of spice and a lot of like, there's like clove and stuff like that in it. And then there's some aromatics in the background. But yeah, the sillage, I mean, above average, 4 feet probably. But anyway, yeah, it was weird because it was my favorite fragrance in the fall, but right now I didn't even want to wear it. I don't know if it's. I think it's just the weather. You can't tag yourself. I don't even know how to. Does anybody know how you tag somebody when you're in a chat on a phone? Like I tried to put at someone's name. I tried to put somebody's name. I try to do it exactly in those characters, and it doesn't do the tag. It just always just says their name. I have no idea, and I know a lot of people have that issue in the chat as well. Is because I've seen in a lot of lives people doing the same thing as me. Like instead of writing at SoCal Sense and it coming up and showing that box that it does for a lot of people, what I do is I'll just put like SoCal Sense like real big, and then it wouldn't do anything. DJ Williams, I haven't seen Dior Homme Parfum anywhere for under 200. Hidden Gems, it's on Gem Shop all the time. I mean, if you go back on people's pages who, because I know I was sent Chaos's post by about 20 people whenever it was posted a few months back, and it was like 113 or 112 or $103, and then the time before that it was 99. So I have seen Dior Homme Parfum on Joma Shop a bunch of times for a good price. Fragrance that pops up with Dior Homme Parfum. Are you guys still talking about it? How far behind am I? Off topic, do you have Dior Homme Original? I don't. That's one of the ones that I keep saying that I want to get, Hanson. I don't have it. I want to get it. It is on News Parfums, but I do want the 2010 version, not the Dior Homme Original right now. I do want both, though. I'll have a bottle of Percival by this summer. I actually just bought my Percival. You guys can't see it, but it's up there. I love Percival. Even though it smells like Mont Blanc Legend and Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, I think it's better than both of them. I think it lasts longer, and I think it's a bigger compliment puller. Yeah. And what's crazy is that Wajan is in their like higher tier line, and so you get a stand with it, which is pretty cool. Yours are coming up highlighted for me. Mine comes up highlighted. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Andre tries St. Bart's Legend Spirit Explorer. Those are all good choices. Sedley is 149 on Aura Fragrance right now. Yeah, Sedley is Aura Fragrance is a really good place to get your Parfums de Marly's. That's where I always get a lot of mine. I didn't like them originally, and then Hamzat put me back onto it. Dior Homme Parfum 240 to 270 on eBay. I wouldn't pay that. Again, just wait. What up, Paragon? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the chat. So let's get into the next fragrance. Now that I'm caught up with the VERTUS and the Nishane Hacivat, which is, I didn't really want to talk about it. I just wanted to let you guys know that I layer that. But Nishane Hacivat is a beautiful powdery vanillic scent. It's one of the best. My wife hates powdery vanillas, but Nishane Hacivat is actually really good. I was always nervous to get it because I don't like powdery vanilla. And I got it, and it's really nice. It's actually a really good one. Now we're talking about Initio. Speaking of Paragon fragrances, Initio Paragon. This is one that I was on a live with Ross, and Dave, I forget what his channel name is, but he's a fragrance reviewer. He said Initio Paragon, and it really hit a switch with Hamzat and Newt. They were like, how does that guy even smell? Because he said Paragon's like cheap and synthetic and stuff like that. And I agree with them because it's actually a really good fragrance. I think this is one of the best Initios that I've ever smelled. It's up there with like Side Effect. It is really, it doesn't smell very synthetic at all. This is fruity. Wait, somebody said Nishane Hacivat is a scrubber for me. You don't like Nishane Hacivat? It is what it is. Some people don't like some things. Some people like some things. Hamzat, no mean stuff. You're a moderator. You got to keep it civil. So this is it's fruity. It has a little bit of a woody and aromatic tone in the background. There's plum in this, which is my favorite fragrance note, and the plum really shines here in the opening. If you like fruity fragrances and you want a niche take on a fruity fragrance, this is going to do it. As you get to the dry down, further into the dry down, it does kind of settle down to more of a woody, musky scent. But in the opening for the first like hour and a half to 2 hours. This fruitiness in Initio Paragon is actually one that, again, just like Jeff from SoCal Sense always says, you're not going to buy a niche unless you have a love for it. And if you are, then you're pretty much being dumb about it. You just need to, he doesn't say that, I just kind of paraphrased. If you buy things that are like $200 or more and you don't know if you love it, you're blind buying it, and or you're just kind of like iffy about it, you should buy niche over 200 if you love them. And this is one that I think that I would actually pick up, Nishio Paragon, because I think that I am in love with this fragrance. I think that this is one of the best fruity, because when you say fruity, and when it comes to niche fragrances, you're always thinking about the pineapples, the black currants, the junipers. That's what you usually get with the fruity niche type fragrances. But this one, it really has that nice plum. And the only other one that I have plum in that is niche, I didn't like very much. And then I also had plum and cognac, which is really good. That one's good too, by Sense of Wood. But this is just surrounded by, I think there's apple mixed in with the plum. There's a bunch of different fruits in the opening, and it's very fruity. It's effervescent, it's clean, it's fresh, it's a good spring, maybe summer, fall fragrance as well. If you wear it in the summer, I would say more night out. It's really nice. It's really good. Yeah, plum and cognac, hidden gems from. It comes in this like wooden heart bottle. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite plum fragrances. I only buy niche if it sparks instant joy. I was trying to think of the damn things that you say, but that's what it is. He always says only buy niche if it sparks instant joy for you. Plum and cognac or Paragon. Plum and cognac or Paragon. Plum and cognac, just I think the whole presentation overall, as far as the scent and everything, but as far as the fragrance, plum and cognac has the best overall fragrance from opening to dry down. But Initio Paragon has the best opening 2 hours, if that makes sense. Both of them are really good for me, but I think that plum and cognac has the best from opening through the dry down all the way until the end of the fragrance. While Paragon, it gets to that woody muskiness, and it's still a good fragrance, but it's kind of at that point, it's just like almost like an 8 for me, but in the opening, it's like a 9. So I would say Sense of Wood, plum and cognac is the best of the two, even though they're both really good. And I would say most people would probably pick Initio Paragon because plum and cognac is a different style of fragrance. In Paragon, my wife smells a lot of pepper on my skin, but I get more plum. I don't get much pepper. I do get some spice in the background, but I don't say, hey, that's black pepper. If I wanted black pepper on my skin, I would spray Bulgari's Man in Black because it has that black pepper mixed with the vanilla, and I get a lot of the black pepper from that one, but I don't get a lot of black pepper from this. No. Better fruity than Elysium. Hard not to top. See, that's a different type of fruit that I was telling you. That's the black currants. That's the juniper. Then you have your medley of citruses in there. You have your grapefruit, your mandarins. That's a different type of fruitiness. This is a fruitiness where it's almost like that warm fruitiness instead of the fresh. This one has that warm plum note. It has apple. It's a different style of fruitiness. So I can't really compare the fruitiness between the two because that's more built on your mass appealing gentlemanly one. This one has a little bit more of a youthful vibe to it. If I had to pick one, it's Elysium. Elysium's in my top 3. Especially in a world where you live, you sample first to find out if you actually like it. Exactly, just like I did with Vanilla Oud. Paragon reminds me of a must therapy mixed with rehab together. Yeah, I can actually see that, David. That kind of does make sense. In a weird sort of way. I 100% agree with you. Do you find the Boss Bottle Pacific at Ross Park? I did, Scott, yes. I keep forgetting that there's people here that live in my area. And we just got 3 new subscribers that live down like in my area. Sooner or later, there's going to be people at Giant Eagle telling me like, hey, what's going on, buddy? You're Dude, right? And I'm like, fuck. Now it's come to that point. I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing, but I don't think it will get like that for a long time. What kind of cookies? The fuck are we talking about now? I've only tried Hacivat and Nishane, and it smelled like cigarettes. Yeah. I get the ashtray from Hacivat too in the dry down. That oak moss really has that smoky cigarette ashtray vibe. Completely agree with you. And I know Jeff agrees with you too, because he said that as well. So what did you think of that Boss bottled? I'm still unsure about it. So Rick, I don't want to give everything away because I still have my review coming out with it tomorrow. But to say the least, I would say to me, it like I said last night in the live that you were in, to me it's almost like a mix between the coconut that you get from LeBeau, um, and then Virgin Island water if it was like dumbed down to a rack store fragrance, like very synthetic. The opening is very harsh for about a minute, and then it becomes kind of just like what you would expect to get from a rack store fragrance. Like a higher end rack store fragrance, I think it would be a nice, almost like a random pull if you're walking down to the beach or like going to the pool or something. I don't love it. I just think it's a good above average fragrance. It's kind of like how I feel about Coach for Men. Coach for Men is one of my favorite random pulls. This one seems like it would be one of my favorite random pulls in the middle of summer. I think that it's good, not great. That's how I feel about it. But I honestly haven't put a full wearing on it yet, though, so I don't know the performance. The bottle of the fragrance will never tell the whole story. Yeah. Dude, you need to try Montal's Red Tobacco. Hamza, you sent that to me. I have tried Red Tobacco, and I also bought a clone of it because of your decant. You sent me Red Tobacco. At least I thought it was you, but I did a review on it, or like a comparison or something. Coach Platinum smells like vanilla Prada carbon. Like a vanilla product. Oh, okay. Sorry, I read that wrong. To me, it smells like a vanilla. Well, I guess that makes sense because people compare Prada Luna Rosa Carbon to Sauvage, which I don't. To me, it's like a vanillic Sauvage. It's like a kind of like Sauvage Parfum with more vanilla. Oud tobacco. Oh, oud tobacco. I was like, what? Randy will now start charging for pictures and autographs. Seeing his logo. No one's going to want a picture and an autograph with me. But yes, I will charge you. Thanks for your channel, Randy. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for you, G Law. Thank you. You're a great guy. My fragrance hobby got me through the pandemic. It did for me as well. Roshaw's man says a lot. I want to try Rose. That's a good segue. Thank you, Mo, for a good segue. I just want to make sure what's up, Patrick? Coach Platinum. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. It's LeBeau layered with Saint Bart's then. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but more synthetic. That's the best way I can put that fragrance. What's up, Stefan? Is that Stefan? Yeah. What's up, Steven? Stefan. I need to try Whispers and Barbershop. Patrick, you need to try Whispers in the Library. If you guys want a calming vanilla, almost like pages of an old book with vanilla, and I know that sounds weird, but when you smell it, you'll know. Whispers in the Library is one of the best calming vanilla scents that you will ever try. Jeff from SoCal, since I was doing a news parfum order and I needed one more fragrance because you can get up to 4 fragrances with the same shipping, and he wanted Whispers in the Library. He said, if you get that for me, I'll give you as much decants as you want or whatever. And so I took a decant from it and I sent it off to him. And I'm glad I took 10 milliliters from it because it's great. It's really freaking good. It's like a calming vanilla, pages of an old book. Like if you're just sitting there in an old library reading an old book and you have a stick of vanilla, it's really calming and it makes you fall asleep easy. It's just really freaking good. It is really good. I think it's probably my favorite replica fragrance. I'm going to say that now. It is my favorite replica. And I like Coffee Break a lot. By the Fireplace is by far my favorite replica. I like By the Fireplace. My wife says that it smells like Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside Candle, so I cannot wear it. And yeah. No offense to him, but I actually getting quite bored watching Jeremy Fragrance videos. It's only because I haven't watched a Jeremy Fragrance video even back when he was Jeremy Fragrance, like, and I was nobody, which I still am. He was not one that I watched. And especially when he got to the underwear part where he just started literally coming on camera for a bunch of guys in his underwear. He's, from what I hear, he's a great guy in person, and really nice to people. But as far as content is concerned, it's not content that I like to watch. But with that said, you would think that being a fragrance reviewer, I would want to go all over the community, meet a bunch of people, watch a bunch of videos. I honestly probably watched one full length video from another reviewer in the last 60 days. I do live streams. I watch a lot of live streams, but I'm too busy. I don't really watch other people's content that much. Robes08, yeah, he mentioned me on his channel the other day, or did he message me? Robes08 is, people say he's the GOAT and don't even realize he still exists. He still has a channel. He's the most knowledgeable person I've ever met in the fragrance community. He just faded away whenever Jeremy became big, when Ash became big. Robes just kind of faded to the wayside because I think he went away for a year or two. I'm no fan of his content. I feel bad for him after watching his brother's video. His brother is just feeding off the fame. Kind of like that Eau de Erica person, which I have no issues with Eau de Erica. I just think that she's feeding off the fame and doesn't actually, like, she has a 20% stake in Giorgio now somehow. And I saw her video, like the first 20, 30 seconds of it the other day, and she didn't even know how to say Naxos. And I was like, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. Just sprayed Paragon and the plum is so good. I don't get my wife gets that black pepper. It is in there. There is a little bit of spice, but I mean, everybody gets something different sometimes from fragrances. I'm not going to say everybody has a different nose, because fragrances, it's just some people pull different notes more than others. Just like in the new Polar Red Parfum, that absinthe is really killing me. Some people, they might say it's great. With that said, let's get into the next transition fragrance to answer the person's question from earlier. What is my favorite release so far of 2023? Number 3, Chrome Parfum. She is a baddie. Okay. So number 3 is Chrome Parfum. It's kind of like a mix, like a designer take on like an herbal green style beach hut fragrance. It's kind of like that. Number 2, Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense. Really nice. Kind of like an orange version of Commodity Bergamot. If you don't know what that smells like, it has this almost spicy orange opening that is almost like an orangeade. It comes off like that because of the pink pepper in it. It mixes together. It has a little bit of bergamot in there as well. So it's a very tart style citrus with a nice spice underneath. The spice does pull up a little bit. You get some woodiness. And then when you get to the dry down, it's almost a tale of two different fragrances, just like Commodity Bergamot. It's a summertime stunner. I think it is the number 2 release of the year. And I think for the warm weather, it's the best release of the year so far. Then we have number 1, Boss the Scent Magnetic. I almost didn't even pick this thing up. You can thank Hamzat for that, because he sent me a picture of it on News Parfums, and it was, at that point in time, I hadn't bought anything. And so I was like, you know what? It's the first one, might as well buy it. And so Hamzat sent it to me. If he didn't send it to me that night, I wouldn't have picked it up. It is only 3-note breakdown. It's Maninka, vanilla, and Bran Absolute. And literally, the Bran Absolute is kind of like a buttered honey mixed together with this fantastic vanilla. There's that Maninka that comes through, and then you also get this fruitiness in it that's not from the Maninka, but the Maninka is dialed down a bit. And it's a vanilla woody fragrance, and that Bran Absolute is just fire. Altogether, very unique. It's the best one in the line by far, but you do have to like the scent line in order to like this one. Just like any of them, you just have to at least appreciate the pieces. If you hated all of the other scents, you're probably not going to like this one. But if you did at least like Private Accord or Absolute or anything like that, then you'll definitely like this. Best one of the year. What up, Ross? Welcome. I was just saying we had a live stream last night. Make sure you guys go watch, like, and give a shout out on that video. We talked about those 4 fragrances: Polo Red Parfum, Givenchy Gentleman Society, Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense, and Boss or Bad Boy Extreme. But yeah, that is the best release for me as far as new releases this year. And now I want to talk about this. It is Bond Number 9's new Harlem. I just did a video on this the other day, and somebody was just talking, Mo was just talking about the Rochas Man. So Rochas Man is kind of like your cappuccino, super sweet fragrance. Also draws comparisons to Michael Jordan Legend, which again is kind of like your pancakes and syrup, coffee style fragrance, apparently. And then I got Bond Number 9 New Harlem, which was discontinued a while ago. Then it was brought back like 3 or 4 months ago. And literally, the best way to describe this is if you have a plate of flapjacks that are warm with a nice syrup over top of it, and then you take and put like a shot of coffee and just pour it on it. It is coffee, pancake, syrup, and then aromatics in the background. It has like a little bit of a green tinge to it, but if you like gourmand fragrances, this is going to be one that you want to get. And the bottle looks tight. This is the second Bond that I've ever tried. And then I tried Scent of Peace, which is also awesome. Scent of Peace is one that I just reviewed. I didn't bring it out for this video, though. It's more of your spring and summer style, black currant and stuff like that. It's really good. But this one is, again, pancakes and syrup with coffee. It's really good if you can find it. Newt found it for $200 on FragranceNet. So if I can find it for that price, I am picking up Bond Number 9's New Harlem immediately. It is that good. And I don't care if this is like a situational fragrance because of that gourmand aspect. I'll freaking take it wherever I go and I'll wear it. And people will just be like, dude, you smell so yummy. I'm going to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I do. That's just the way I rock. TLTG in the building. You watching AEW Revolution. Ross is a big fan of that pro wrestling. I remember I was in a live stream panel with you talking about wrestling, but my wrestling knowledge is at this point in time over the last 6 years, YouTube videos only. And prior to that, I was a huge, and I mean huge wrestling fan. I was like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, into John Cena and Brock Lesnar. It's kind of like where my journey stopped. But I do tune in to like the Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. But that's really where my journey stops. I'm confused by Arnold P's comment. Let me check. TLUOU after Doud's chat. Is that supposed to say TLTG after Doud's? Yeah. He's trying to say he's going over to your channel to watch our live after he's done with his chat. At least I think so. It looks like he's typing like Kevin from The Office whenever he tries to do everything simple. Like Sea World. Are you saying Sea World or Sea World? Sea World, China, dolphins. See, I still don't know what you're saying. He was talking about the show The Last of Us. I grew up when wrestling was... I read it the same way that you typed it too, Chris. I read it like I grew up when wrestling was real. Rochas Man Intense just got released. Thoughts on it? Joka, I am going to be picking it up. I wasn't going to pick it up, but now I have a lot of people asking me to. I'd never tried the original, so I didn't know what it was about. So what I'm doing is I'm picking up the original Rochas Man, and I'm also picking up Rochas Man Intense, because somebody told me that Rochas Man Intense was just a re-release. And so I was just like, oh, okay, I ain't buying it then. But now I'm finding out that it's not a re-release and that it's actually just a new fragrance. And so I'm trying it out. It'll probably take some time to get here, though. We also have a new fragrance coming out by Calvin Klein. It's called Reflections by CK Reflections. And it has like watery notes and ice. And it looks like it's going to be another good CK summer flanker. So I'm interested in that. I just got word that Spice Bomb Eau de Parfum Infrared Eau de Parfum and Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Eau de Parfum are going to be announced within the coming week or two. It was supposed to be this upcoming week, so we will see if that happens, but they should be announced. And L'HOMME Elixir was downgraded to a rumor. They told me that just originally that was a release, and so I told you guys, but apparently that was downgraded to a rumor at this point in time, so I'm not 100% sure that's coming. But usually the rumors that he has come out true. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's working out right now. Yep, get him Larry and crash the PPV. Speaking of pay-per-view, did you guys see that waste of money last night? John Jones, all you had to do was go on YouTube and watch a 3-second clip. It's funny. I watched the YouTube highlights, and the highlights actually included their entrances to the ring because there was no highlights outside of them getting into the ring, him punching him in the face 3 times after getting kicked in the nuts, and then taking him to the ground, and then standing back up and getting him in this weird chokehold that ended up tapping. So John Jones won, literally like Cyril Gane was just gone. It was hilarious how quick that went. But I feel bad for the people who paid for that pay-per-view because unless the fights before it were really good, the whole pay-per-view felt rigged, honestly. Just maybe. I was thinking that too. Is it only me? I guess it's not only me. I thought the John Jones fight was rigged. Just like they did whenever Conor McGregor came back and they got him against Cowboy and he knocked him out in the first like 20 seconds or whatever it was. I was like, wait, is this shit rigged? Because he literally submitted him standing up. And even the announcers were like, wait, did he choke him out? How did he choke him out standing like that? I was thinking to myself, like, is this a little bit rigged maybe? I don't know. I mean, whether or not it was rigged, John the Bones Jones, I mean, he put on 46 pounds. He looked like a mammoth, and he still just ate last night, and he's the best of all time. And I guarantee you he wouldn't be the best of all time right now if Khabib stayed in the UFC, but this isn't a UFC talk. If it was a UFC talk, I'd be super happy, but it's a fragrance talk, and I'm still super happy. Thank God for cracked Amazon Fire Stick. I don't even need an Amazon Fire Stick. I just go on Google, type in free John Jones fight, and it just pops up. Or just go to TikTok. MFK probably mixed L'HOMME Elixir. Why did I say it like that? Yeah, they might have. I mean, they still don't have a picture of it, so that's probably correct. And we also have the Azzaro Eau de Parfum. And now that I wasn't that excited about it because it kind of just looked like Free Ride, but now that the Chrome Parfum came out and it smelled as good as it did, I'm really excited for the Azzaro. But a lot of times when I get excited for Azzaros, I get let down. And when I don't get excited about Azzaros, I get really shocked about how good it was. Last year, Most Wanted Parfum was coming out, and I wasn't as excited as I thought I would be. Just because I thought it might be like a rip on the original Most Wanted, and then I ended up loving it. So we'll have to see. I don't think they're rigged as much as the Jake Paul. Yeah, that Jake Paul fight. I mean, you could literally see. I can't think of Fury. You could see Fury almost like holding back his jabs. I think that was rigged as well. And then Jake Paul comes out of the fight like, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I was sick twice through camp. My leg was hurting." I mean, like, what kind of dude is this? And you know what's funny? Even more funny is that you guys probably didn't unless you have kids. But my daughter is now almost 13 years old. So she was growing up in the time frame that Jake Paul was on Disney. And so I remember him from the Disney shows. And it's just so funny seeing him on there now. I can't take him seriously. Hate Jake all you want, guys, but he did make 30 million. I mean, it is what it is. He was rich before he even started all this stuff from Disney. Apparently he got like $300,000 from Disney or something like that. So he was already rich at that point in time. And that was per season. Because he was on it with that one singer girl. I forget the name of the show. Olivia Rodrigo. That's the girl. I've just been doing mock drafts a lot, ready for the draft to get combine going. Go Lions. Lions actually might be good this year. I think they might actually win the division, to be honest with you. And depends on if Rodgers stays. I haven't seen any updates on Rodgers, so I don't know. Um, so anyway, Jones, Silver, GSP, Gabib, Volkanovski, Mount Rushmore. Uh, I don't think I would throw Volkanovski on there. Uh, the rest of them, I agree. I don't think Volkanovski should be on the Mount Rushmore yet. I think that those would be the four, and then I would maybe put, um, what's his name? The guy who, why can't I think of his name right now? It was the guy who Dan Severn used to fight all the time. That was the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu master. He would be on the Mount Rushmore for me because he was the one who started it all. Um, Please put the name in the chat so I don't have to go look it up. You know who I'm talking about. He had a brother, Anderson. No, not Anderson. Royce Gracie. Yeah. So Royce Gracie would be on my Hoist Gracie. Yeah, Hoist Gracie would be on my Mount Rushmore. I think it would be Khabib. I mean, you could do Khabib, but I would think Khabib, GSP, Silva, Jones, and Hoist Gracie would be my Mount Rushmore. Anyway, so let's talk about some more fragrances. What else do we even have here? Nope, nope, nope. What I do? Oh, there it is. That's not it. I want to go back to this one. So VERTUS Vanilla Oud. I was talking the other day for some of my fragrance subscribers, and I can tell you this fragrance is not what some people were telling me it was like Stronger With You Oud and stuff like that. I did get pieces of it because they were telling me that, but this is a lot better blended. It's smoother. When you get to the dry down, it doesn't have that fruitiness that you get in the opening anymore. But when you get to the dry down, it's a sweet woods. It's just really nice. It did stay on my skin for about 13 or 14 hours. And again, I don't usually wear fragrances that long, but this fragrance is a slayer. It doesn't push out to where you're going to choke people out, but it is strong. I would say maybe a 3 sprayer. It's a really good fragrance overall. If you like fruity, sweet woods vanilla, that is the type of fragrance that this is. It's oud vanilla. It doesn't have a funkiness or anything of oud. I think this is very well blended. I think the dense woods in here are really nice. You mix that together again with that really, really, probably my favorite vanilla in any fragrance that I've ever tried. I would say that this is one of my favorite vanilla fragrances I've ever tried. It just has a lot more going on than I expected to have going on in it, especially in the opening. Right now, again, it's more woody, sweet vanilla, but it's just, I can't stop smelling it. It is so good. I'm so happy Ross put me onto this. That's good. You know what else is good? And going completely off topic and way cheaper. And speaking of Azzaro, Azzaro has a line that was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and it's called Solisarmo. Solissarmo. They have 3 of them. One is Favignana. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Sorry if I don't. Then there's one that begins with an M, and then there's Lavanzo. And they're really good. There are 3 different spring and summer style fragrances. One is fruity, one is green, and one is citrus. And all 3 of them can be used in any time frame. And they come in like 4.2 ounce bottles. And I can tell you, all 3 of them, the one is great for spring. The one, I think it was Favignana, the fruity one. That's my favorite. And then you have the citrus one, which is great for summer. And then you have the fruity one's good for pretty much any time. And then you also do have the green one, which is a great, Maritimo. Then you have the green one, which is great for spring. And I can tell you for $23 per bottle, if you guys want some easy, cheap pickups, the entire Azzaro Solisarmo line are fantastic. They are ones that I am buying full bottles. I was going to buy them. I had them in my cart, and then I thought that I was going to wait until spring. But you need to buy them. If you want something that is going to get you through spring and summer and you don't want to spend too much money, $60, you get all 3 of them and they will cover all of your bases that you need for spring and summer. I'll probably do that on my next live when I talk about HEZ Bourbon Street, the new bottle, and the t-shirts and stuff that he's sending me. I'm going to also tell you guys about the entire Azzaro Solosarimo line. I'll get those all out and let you guys know about them. I was telling Jeff about them. I don't know if you can find them in stores, but I've never seen them anywhere. They're fantastic. I better than the Boss Pacific. They're better than the Boss Pacific. Boss Pacific isn't bad. It isn't bad. The bottle's cool. I'm keeping it. It's really on the cap. You get a lot more lemon. So just to recap, Boss the Scent I'm not going to talk about it again because there's people in here that are also reviewers, so I don't want to ruin it for them. But if you want to see my review on Boss Pacific, Bottle Pacific, just rewind it closer to the beginning. I started talking about it. Just look to where I'm holding it up. That review will be out tomorrow. And I do a funny thing in the middle of the video, so make sure that you guys check that out too. And then comment your answer without looking. Do any of your guys Belk department? I don't even know what Belk is. We don't have that where I live, so no idea what that means. I've heard the name before. Somebody mentioned it, but we don't have Belk around me, so sorry. Anyone try out Bulgari Rain and CH Passion? CH Passion isn't available on any of the sites, at least the last time I checked, like 4 days ago. So I don't think anybody has tried CH Passion yet, or the CH 212 I Love You New York, because they weren't on their website, and that was 4 days ago. So if anybody did buy them, they wouldn't have had them yet. So I would say no, they haven't tried those ones. As far as the Rain, I know a lot of people have tried it. What I've heard is it's kind of just like an average fragrance that is not necessarily worth a pickup at this point in time. I've heard that from a lot of people. That it's not a bad fragrance, it's just not worth it. The 212 is a coffee, it's a coffee frag. I don't know what Buxi is, but there's coffee in it. The CH Passion is a citrus fragrance. I think it was orange, maybe. I don't remember. There was some kind of citrus in it. Oh, coffee boozy. I don't remember the booze in it. You're probably right. There was like coffee, booze, and chocolate or something like that. I remember I was interested in it. Yeah, Randy said we don't have Belk here. Yeah, we don't have a lot of shit in Pittsburgh. Like, seriously, I said that the other day, too. Like, somebody was asking me about Bulgari. Scott knows. We don't have Bulgari in any of our Macy's. There's a lot of fragrances that people talk about, like Givenchy. Givenchy isn't in any of our Macy's. The only place that you can find Givenchy at, it's not even in Sephora. They have 2 of them. 2 of the Givenchys, and not even the Reserve Privé right now. They might have Reserve Privé now at Ulta. But there's a lot of brands that in Pittsburgh, they just don't carry. I don't know why they don't carry. Like Mercedes-Benz, never been in our Macy's. Bulgari, never been in our Macy's. It doesn't make any sense. Ulta by me has Givenchy. They have some Gentlemen's. Yeah, the Ulta has the Gentlemen's. I think they have Reserve Privé, Boisé, and the Eau de Toilette Intense. Very true, man. I bought Bulgari Man in a black a couple years ago from Marshall's. Yeah, that's the only place you can find the Bulgaris is randomly at a Marshall's. We don't have Bloomingdale's. There's no Bloomingdale's in the entire state of Pennsylvania. There's a brand called Diptyque that the On Average Joe works for. They don't even sell it in Pennsylvania. There's so much stuff in Pennsylvania that we don't get. We don't have a Saks. We have a Saks off 5th, but not a Saks. Yeah, Saks off 5th does have it. Yeah, I've been to Saks off 5th. I go there all the time. Joe, you never got back to me about the decants. How you liking them? I want to know. No, I was talking about your Diptyque. I said there's a lot of stuff in Pennsylvania we don't have. Diptyque is one of them. We have no Bloomingdale's in the entire state of Pennsylvania. There might, and I think I looked it up. There might be one in the King of Prussia. but I don't think so. But that's 7 hours away from us, so it's not like that would help. Let's see. Bloomingdale's King of Prussia. King of Prussia. Yeah, there is a Bloomingdale's in the King of Prussia. So I forgot that mall was even in Philly. Yeah, so there is a Bloomingdale's in Philly. So they probably do have Diptyque there. But again, that's Philly. That's the complete opposite side of the state. I like them. S-Boy is nice. S-Boy is nice. I'm actually selling my S-Boy right now because not because I don't like it, because I do like S-Boy a decent amount. It's just I have so many other fragrances that I would rather wear over it that it's just one that I'm trying to clear out my collection. It's one that I wanted to get rid of. If anybody wants S-Boy, I am selling it right now for, it's a negotiable price, but I put it for $150, which is $100 off the original price. I'm fortunate to live in DC, Baltimore, Northern Virginia area. We have everything. You do have everything. I go down there all the time. And Dior Homme Intense makes me want a bottle. Dior Homme Intense is freaking great. Joe, just buy it. Dior Homme Intense, go on News Parfums or news-parfums.com and you can get Dior Homme Intense for like $100 or less. If it is on, I'm not sure if it's on there right now, but it usually is. And it's so good. I live in Maine and we don't have shit. I am not surprised by that. I would say probably anything in Vermont, Connecticut, New Hampshire. Most websites and most Macy's and stuff are probably like, why are we going to send all that stuff up there? People are only going to be buying cold weather stuff. Patrick, so I don't like the lipsticky stuff, like the lipsticky Dior Homme Iris type fragrances, usually. Dior Homme Parfum, I know a lot of people love that fragrance, and while I'm coming around to it, it's not one of my favorites. It's a ambrette, almost like a spicy lipsticky iris. But in Dior Homme Intense, which again, for a long time, I was surprised because I had a decant and I didn't like it. I thought it was that makeup-y lipsticky iris. But when I actually got a decant from Mo, who sent it to me not that long ago, oh, there you go. Aura has Dior Homme Intense for $100. It's sweet. The iris is there, and you do get that like powdery iris, yes, but there's a lot more going on than I had expected. And as soon as I smelled the decant Mo sent me, again, I'm not sure if they're two different batches or what, but this kind of reminds me more in line with the Prada L'Homme Intense, the Valentino Uomo Intense, where they have that sweetness mixed with the iris to where it doesn't come off too of that heavy makeup. And so I think that this would actually sell very well in the United States if they actually sold it here. So Patrick, if you are wondering about that, I would get a decant, try it out first, but I think that you'd be, if you like Prada L'Homme Intense, I think you would be pleasantly surprised with the sweetness that comes out with all of the other notes that are mixing together with that lipsticky style iris that is in the fragrance, obviously. Where are you guys getting info on the new releases? Trying to find notes. There is no notes for Infrared Eau de Parfum. Like I said, the information, the pre-release information, I heard and from a person that we deal with that it is the pre-release information will be released in about a week or a little bit over a week. So there's no information for it. You're not going to find information for it until you find it on my page, Jeff's page, stuff like that. I do like Dior Homme EDT. It's fresh. Dior Homme EDT. Most of the Dior Hommes are good. Even Dior Homme 2020 that got a lot of hate. I really like it. Dior Homme Sport 2021, great. Dior Homme Sport 2017, great. Dior Homme Cologne, fantastic. Dior Homme Intense, really nice. Dior Homme Original, tried it, like it, don't have it. Dior Homme Parfum is just one that I can't wear in public, so I don't see a reason to buy a bottle for myself. it's too personal enjoyment for me, and my wife doesn't like it, so why am I going to wear it? It's not one that I consider one that I'm just going to sit around and wear because I love it. And I know that hurts a lot of people's feelings, but it's just not my style of fragrance. Um, the rest of the Dior Hommes to me are fantastic. I think even Dior Homme Parfum is fantastic. It's just not my style of fragrance. So Prada Ocean is getting an intense version, an EDP. Maybe it'll be an oceanic fragrance. And they were like, oh shit, we called it Prada Ocean, but we didn't put any sea salt or aquatics in it. Oh, my bad. Let's release an Eau de Parfum and put some saltiness and some aquatics in there. And take out the caramel. They have a freaking caramel note for that literally is non-existent. Then they have that iris. Yeah, I mean, that's almost non-existent in it as well. But I'm excited for it. I hated it originally. I hated the original Prada Ocean originally. It took me like 8 months of trying it to finally buy a bottle, and now I really like it. It's a good fragrance to wear in the cold and warm weather. Thanks, Jeff. Um, I was out in DTLA Friday. I don't know what that is. And I smelled YSLY, EDP, and Dior Sauvage everywhere. YSLY EDP is the only fragrance that I can say I smell in the air everywhere I go. A lot of people, that is kind of like a Pittsburgh scent that a lot of people in Pittsburgh wear. Downtown LA. Sorry, I don't know the lingo. Caramel and ocean, never smelled it. Yeah, me either, but it's in the notes. If you go on Fragrantica, or as Jeff calls it, what does he call it? Frangretica, Frangretta, Frangretica. No, now I can't even say it. Fragrantica. No, if you go on Fragrantica, the bottom right on the notes for Prada Ocean, it says caramel. There is no caramel in that fragrance. I think it's hilarious. I'm looking forward to the Spice Bomb in Ocean, as am I. I think that's the Spice Bomb is the one I'm looking forward to at this point in time more than anything else that I've got this year so far. And you know what's funny is that a lot of people always say, I smell this fragrance everywhere. It's like, I guess it's just where you guys live. And I always hear that from Californian people and New York people because in Pittsburgh, it's like the only people I'm smelling are at work. But for the most part, if you're walking down the street in the city of Pittsburgh, the closest person to you is probably 200 yards ahead of you. I mean, so you're not going to be walking in a big crowd and saying, hey, I smell that guy. I smell that guy. But if you're in a mall, which I do go to a lot, I can smell people wearing either Acqua de Joe or YSL a lot. Geo EDP equals basic NPC fragrance. Geo EDP smells like a gigantic hockey bag to me. It's like a citrus hockey bag. I do not like that fragrance at all. Yeah, I racked my brain trying to sniff any caramel in Prada Ocean. All I get is florals and maybe some sweat. To me, the best way for me, I mean, again, this is me talking. It's kind of like if you took the Prada L'Homme, dialed down the iris, and made it blue. That is, in my head, the way that I can explain it. It's almost like a blue version of Prada L'Homme style DNA. That's the way that I look at it. If anybody else gets that, let me know. That's how I look at it. If you kind of mix the blue fragrance with Prada L'Homme and dial the iris down. I don't know. I mean, that just might be me, though. Sorry, it was warm and I had to fix it. I layer my YSLY EDP with Leighton to be a little different. I don't layer very many fragrances. The only time I do fragrance layering is in the spring and summer because spring and summer fragrances don't interest me that much. I have a few that interest me a lot, and then I have a lot that don't really interest me that much. Um, so you put those together, and I like to layer to try to create a better fragrance with the things that I think are mediocre. Then you have my favorites. You have your light blue. The fuck? I just drank a beer and it was warm and it made me burp. Anyway, so with that said, light blue Eau Intense with Tommy Bahama, Set Sail, St. Bart's mixed together. It's like a citrus tropical mojito, so good. And then Most Wanted and Wanted by Night. Mix that together, and it's my favorite fragrance. I always say Most Wanted's my favorite fragrance, like designer fragrance. But if you layer Most Wanted with Wanted by Night, put those together, and that is my favorite designer fragrance. Just sometimes you just layer, and it's just like, the fuck? That's so good. I don't know if it's just me. I realize that these fragrances are now using 3 notes. I don't understand the reasoning behind that. You're giving 3 notes to people, and the only people that really look at the notes are probably Europeans and fragrance people. And the rest of the world doesn't even look at the notes to care. And the only time they do look at the notes is usually if they have them printed in front of the bottle at Macy's or something, or at Sephora, or at Ulta, or whatever, like those little cards. That's the only time people ever really look at the notes, and usually they don't even understand or care anyway. We only care about the smell. And so if you're doing a 3-note breakdown, you're doing it so that maybe reporters don't have the full information to your fragrance, which if you do have the full information, then that would make the people who do care about your notes more excited if you produce more notes for them. So the 3-note breakdowns don't make sense because the people that you are trying to hide them from, it's either you're being lazy or you're trying to hide it from somebody, which that doesn't make any sense. I smelled Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever, and I felt like it would smell amazing hot. Light Blue Forever, I'm coming around to. I don't hate that. Light Blue Italian Love is what I don't like. Light Blue Italian Love was hyped beyond belief by SoCal and Gent Sense. Or no, SoCal Sense. No, not you. Sorry, Jeff. Not you. Jeff doesn't like it that much. It was hyped by Chaos and Gent Sense. Especially Chaos. And I don't get it because that to me is it just doesn't smell that great. Light Blue Forever though, it's very rindy grapefruit. So if you don't like rindy grapefruit, you're not going to like it. But if you keep smelling it and you do it in the heat, it actually is nice, especially as it gets to the dry down. I think that's one of those fragrances that I underappreciated when it first came out. I know, how dare you? I think Light Blue Forever is one of those fragrances that I underappreciated when it came out because I wasn't in the fragrance community like as a reviewer at that point in time. And so I think that when it came out, that grapefruit just, I don't like rindy as much, but that one kind of just didn't do it for me right away. But if you let it sit, and then, like you said, it's in the summer, it's okay. It's good. It gets better. But Italian Love, not for me. It's just like the Geo EDP. The citrus gives off that hockey bag smell. But I do have to say, that also might be one that I didn't appreciate enough because I did spray it on a tester last night or 2 nights ago. And that and also Boss Bottled Infinite. I was telling Ross that yesterday. I smelled Infinite and I also smelled the Light Blue Italian Love and I didn't hate it. And it was the first time I didn't hate it. So maybe it's one of those ones. I need to do a video. What would you guys think about me doing a video of the top 10 fragrances that were changed as it, like, I'll obviously have a different name, but the premise of it are like the top 10 fragrances that I didn't like originally, but then I ended up liking them. Like, would you guys be interested in a video like that? Like ones that I didn't like originally, but then I ended up liking them? Yeah. Chaos makes the worst fragrance takes. Well, I did create my channel because of 2 fragrances that he mentioned to me whenever I wasn't a reviewer. So I do have to say that dude is a douche. Yes, all right. So you guys all know, unless you're a new subscriber, you know, I only started my channel. It wasn't really the whole reason. I knew I wanted to make a channel. I had a Pokemon channel with my daughter that had 65,000 subscribers. She got too old, didn't really feel like doing it anymore, so I canceled it. Probably, in hindsight, probably should have just changed the name and started a fragrance channel with those subscribers. because we had 65,000 and then 120 some thousand on TikTok. But with that said, um, I was thinking about creating another channel, what I wanted to do it about, and I came over and I started a sports channel on TikTok, and then I came over to here, and then literally within that week, um, Chaos mentioned in his community tab that he wanted to that there was a fragrance. It's called Azaro Decibel. That he said you need to pick this up now. It's a great deal. Blah blah blah. I picked it up and that stuff is dog crap. I mean, what probably the worst fragrance that I've ever tried. And so I was like, if somebody like this that has this many subscribers is giving this information to people, I hope that there's people out there because I wasn't huge into the fragrance community. I watched like Robes '08. I watched Jeff from SoCal Sunset, his lives and stuff like that. And I wasn't huge into the fragrance community, but I was like, there better be people out there that are giving good tips and not horrible tips just trying to sell. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to create a channel and just have it be an open and honest talk about designer fragrances. And so, yes, my channel was based on designers. And then you guys kind of got me into the niche and the indie and stuff like that. But I guess that's just the way of the game. And I go to rack stores, it seems like at least once, twice. I go every Friday, Scott. Every Friday, me and my wife, and she loves it. And I love having a wife that is as supportive as she is. She loves going out with me. Every Friday, we go out. My daughter stays home with my dog, and we go out. We go to Marshall's. We go to TJ Maxx. Then we go to Ulta, Sephora. Then we travel out to South Hills area, and we go to Macy's, Ulta, Sephora, Marshall's, Macy's Backstage, Burlington, TJ Maxx, Ross's, all of those places. And it's fun. What's up, Joel? How you doing, buddy? Joel's Matrix. I finally followed you on Instagram, so I'm glad I got that done. I can't believe I just waved. I saw your waving emoji, and I waved. And I just watched myself wave on my phone because it's like 15 seconds behind. And I go to rack store where I love fragrances. Dior Homme 2021 is beautifully blended. Yeah, Dior Homme 2020. I have Burlington, Marshalls, and TJ, and then Robinson 15 minutes away. We're going out to Robinson this weekend, actually. We're going out there to go to some barbecue place, and also on the way go to, why can't I think of it? Trader Jack's. Trader Jack's is a great place to get my guitar picks for my guitar. And so I need to get 2 new strings and a guitar pick. It's kind of like your back like flea market, and so I go there all the time, and they have really good guitar picks and really good guitar strings. And my guitar string broke last night whenever I was playing Breaking Benjamin. Mission Barbecue is the name. Yes, it is. Correct. Never tried it. Always wanted to try a barbecue joint, and it looked good. So yeah. Hold on, my wife texted me. I need to see what she said. Give me 1 second, guys, as I place you on a brief hold. Doot, doot, doot. I'm just kidding. All right, we're good. Mission Barbecue is awesome. Your order will be ready before you grab your fountain drink. Yep. I heard it was really good. My brother went there and told me it was really good. What guitar do I have? I have a Keith Urban Edition Yamaha. And then I have a basic, that's my electric guitar. I also have a acoustic guitar, and it's kind of just your basic PSE, nothing huge. It's like $99 or something. But my Keith Urban guitar was like $300, $400. Polar Red Parfum. Someone said Parfum smelled like Ultramall. Nope. Yeah, it happens. Polar Red Parfums, we have 44 viewers and 44 likes. You guys are the best. Seriously, you are the best. Thank you so much. I think that you guys are one of the best small fragrance communities within a community. Within my little live streams here, I think that you guys are fantastic. So with that said, we're gonna do a giveaway. I wasn't even planning on doing a giveaway tonight, but we're gonna do a giveaway. I need to figure out what that giveaway is going to be. But just because we have 45 likes and 44 viewers, I don't know. Should it be a full bottle or should we do 5 decants? What should it be? You guys make a decision. I need to have, I can't put a poll up. So, do you guys want to do a full bottle giveaway or do you want to do a 5 decant giveaway? Well, honestly, some people say go big or go home is the decants because decants are sometimes niche. And so, like I just sent you, if you guys saw my list of fragrances I'm selling, and just an FYI, if you guys didn't ask for a list, I sent a list of all the fragrances that I'm selling right now. I also did say that if you guys are interested, for $30, I am giving you, I made up 10 packs of 10 decants. And they can either be a designer filled decant from 1 to 10 milliliters. They can be niche, indie, and designer mixed. They can be all niche. And I can send them off to you. It's $30. And only one person, 2 people bought it. The first person who bought it, let me just tell you what they got. They got 30 milliliters of Leather Sky by All Saints. They got 10 milliliters of Creed Silver Mountain Water. They got 5 milliliters of something else I can't remember. They got 30 milliliters of Armani Code Parfum. They got 3 milliliters of something else. And then they got 5 other ones. I mean, that right there is $100 worth of fragrances at least. And I'm not saying all of them are going to be like that. My wife picked these randomly out of the hat, and the person who I just sent that to is going to be super surprised unless they don't like good fragrances. Then HEZ Parfums, he also bought my L'HOMME Eau de Parfum, or my L'HOMME Eau de Toilette, and then he also did buy a decant pack, which in that decant pack, he got 5 milliliters of Tom Ford's Fucking Fabulous. He got 5 milliliters of something else. He got 10 milliliters of Parfums de Marly Wajan. I'm just telling you. You guys missed out. And if you still want them, they're still available. But yeah. Let's see if you guys got that. What do you guys want? Full bottle, 1. Full bottle, full bottle, full bottle, full bottle. Decants, full bottle. Whatever is clever. Beaver, clever, 4. What? 4 decants. I'm desperate. Okay, so you lost because I said 5. Niche, no, do decants. Decants are a random pick. My wife comes into my room and she picks them out of my thing. Most of the decants I have, I don't need designer decants. Most of my decants are niche or indie. Decants. So we have, let's see, decants, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bottles, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez, I think that they're tied. Hez, you don't even know what you got yet. I shouldn't even have told you. I thought you weren't here anymore. I didn't see you. But yeah, you got 5 milliliters of Tom Ford's Fucking Fabulous. You got like 5 or 10 milliliters of Wajan. You got 4, I think 4 different. You got Sun Drunk, Cape Heartache. And I actually did find from Imaginary Authors that Sun Drunk and Cape Heartache are from Imaginary Authors. You also did get the one that I was telling you about that was my favorite. And I want you to let me know which one you think is my favorite from the imaginary authors, because I did find the decant. So you are getting it. And then I also sent him the 2 that I'm buying from that one guy. I can't remember the name of it. City Rhythm Fragrances. So yeah. I don't even live in the U.S. yet. If you have to live in the U.S. to do this. So decants are the winner. So just an FYI for the decants or for the full bottle, I am gone all week in Chicago. So just an FYI, I will get your decants out in about a week to a week and a half. It can be up to 2 weeks, but the winner will get 5 decants. Oh wait, never mind. I don't have to have decants for that because I'm getting them out of my... It is not... He is getting Memoirs of a Trespasser, but that's not it. Memoirs of a Trespasser is in it. He is getting... I don't even want to say it. I want him to tell me which one is his favorite. Or which one he thinks is my favorite. He is not getting Manhattan. Manhattan is... Oh, yeah, he is. He's getting Manhattan, and he's getting the other one, the lime one. Because those are the 2 bottles I'm getting. I'm getting Manhattan, and I'm getting... I can't think of the names right now. Too many fragrances, too little time. So let's do a decant giveaway. Since we haven't done a giveaway like this, I think everybody is eligible now because it has been a month since I did a giveaway like this. So, let's see. Wheel of Names. This is how we're going to do it. You guys are going to, not yet, you guys are going to tell me your name, or not your name. You're just going to say, I'm in the chat. And not yet, but once I say to do it, then I'll put your name in here. We'll spin the wheel, and then you guys will win. Whoever wins, wins. And then you cannot win again for another month. If you are a fragrance reviewer, you are exempt from this. You cannot enter, as I had a lot of subscribers that were pissed that fragrance reviewers were winning. So, yeah, can't do that. So with that said, time to enter. So you guys just put I'm in the chat one time and to be entered into the giveaway. Chris, Nigel, Armando, Chris, Nigel, Armando, Hanson, Tyson, just the sense I can't do you because you are a fragrance reviewer, I think. If you're not a fragrance reviewer, put it in the chat that I'm not a fragrance reviewer. Hanson, Tyson, Crimson. James, Ethan, Patrick, Scott. James, Ethan, Patrick, Scott. David, Jai, RJ. RJ. Every time I type in Jai, it puts in J. RJ. Okay. Mo, Stefan, Newt. Mo. More shakes, more dates. I'm just going to put you as more. So more David Valdez. More David. This is the most we've ever had in one of these. And Hanson, I know you're not. I already put your name, and I already said your name 3 times. Giancarlo. No, Mo, I already said you're not disqualified. Yeah, Mike, unfortunately, a lot of people, 3 of the last 6 winners were fragrance reviewers, and I had a lot of subscribers that were getting mad about it because they said, You guys can just exchange whenever. So, I mean, if you ever want decants, just let me know. I can always do that. And Jai, I already said your name. Jai. I think that's your name, Jai. Eddie, Giancarlo, David. Hamzat, DJ, David. Oh. So, two Davids. What's up? David Webster, then. David Webster. Kim. DJ AC. DJ. There's a lot of freaking people. AC. All right, so I'm just going to go through. And if I missed you, let me know. Chris, Nigel, Armando, Hanson, Tyson, Crimson, James, Ethan, Patrick, Scott, David, Jai, Jai, RJ, Mo, Stefan, Newt, Moore, that Moore breaks, no, whatever, David, Valdez, Eddie, Giancarlo, David Webster, Hamzat, DJ, AC. Did I miss anybody's name? Just making sure. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Time to spin the wheel. There's only one spin. There you go. Oh, what does that even say? Eddie. Eddie is the winner. Congratulations, Eddie. Just what you have to do in order to claim that, you just have to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and you have to send me an email at FragranceDoud@gmail.com and give me your address. Again, I'll have those decants out within the next week or so. Again, I'm going to be in Chicago, so I'll get it out afterwards. Congratulations to you, Eddie. And better luck to everybody else next time when we do another giveaway, which you guys know I do giveaways all the time. I do throw in a decant of Bourbon Street by HEZ Parfums for everybody that wins a giveaway. So technically you are going to be getting that and all of your decants as well. So congratulations, Eddie. I have some good ones I think that I'll give you. Eddie, are you more a niche or a designer guy? Do you want niche or do you want designer? Because I have the mass appealing ones, and then I also have the niche and the indie. So let me know if you're still here, and yeah. It is 9:35, so I will send HEZ an Italian beef sandwich. I'm going to finish my beer. I'm going to go for a run, and I will thank you guys very much for being a part of this live. Make sure that tomorrow when I post my video, Jay Valdez, thank you so much for the super stamp. Is that what they're called? I really appreciate it. I've never got a super stamp before. I've always got super chats. I've never seen a super stamp, but thank you so much, Jay Valdez. I really appreciate it. Do I sell decants? Jai, I do sell decants. That is going to be a major thing on my channel coming in the next 2 weeks. I just ordered a crap ton of decants, and I'm starting like a black market decant site on my YouTube that I will post once a week an updated list of everything I'm decanting, and then you guys can reach out to me from there through my email to buy the decants by PayPal or Zelle, and we can do it that way. But yes, in about 2 weeks I'll be decanting pretty much everything that I have. I think that there's only 2 fragrances that I will not have on that list. So if there's anything that is behind me that you guys like and want to try, I will be decanting them out, even the discontinued fragrances. If you want me to ship to Canada, I would have to figure out how much it would be. I would be happy to ship there, but it all depends on how much it would be. I would have to go to my USPS. So Joel, if you are interested, I can give me your address. I can go to USPS and see how much it would be. the next time I'm there, and then I can talk to you and we can see if that would work out or not. Obviously, you would have to pay for the shipping. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you guys. You are the best subscribers. I hope that you enjoy my lives, my burps, my all of that. Make sure to like this live as well as the video that comes out tomorrow. And I will not have a video on Tuesday because I am posting this early for you guys. This is Boss Bottle Pacific. And then I will be back again with my next live next Sunday. Other than that, thanks so much, guys. You guys have a fantastic night, great week, all that. Best to you and your families. Peace out. I don't know how to close this, so I'm just going to sit here and talk to you guys for a second until I can figure it out. No. There we go. Bye.